If this is your first time visiting this page, kick off your shoes because you are about to step onto holy, holy ground. Okay, no, I didn't write that. That's from the Keys of Enoch, but I thought it was cool, so I'd say it to you. This page, if it's your first time, just a recap if you've been here before, but we only deal with the practical application of Kabbalah, reality creation. We, here at this page, you're not going to learn Hebrew. You're not going to learn a bunch of things that's going to take you forever to try to figure out. You're going to learn yourself. You're going to learn who and what you are in about 15 minutes. And you're going to be able to apply Genesis 1 to your life, even if you've never read it. You can look it up online, and after I explain it to you the right way, the way it was written, the way it was sealed, you're going to be able to apply this to your life, and you're going to be able to change everything. Now, if you're well versed in Kabbalah, you may not have realized the following. I'm going to explain it to you like someone, my higher self, explained it to me, like I was a 4-year-old, okay? This is how I understand it. I understand it so well, I can explain it simply so you can apply it. Here it goes. I'll explain it in layman's terms. No Hebrew. I'm not going to go into quoting scriptures right now, but I'm going to explain it so you can understand it, so you can apply it. So, if it goes against what you believe, I want you to leave that. But there's going to be parts of this that are going to add to what you believe, and I want you to take that and that's it. And if you like what you hear here, I want you to subscribe to the page. I don't want any money or anything else like this. I just want to point you in the right direction so you can have a perfect, wonderful life, and everything that you touch turns to gold, just like me. And I just want you to be happy, okay? So let me just get down to it because the videos are short. It is my understanding that we're all dreaming the dream of life, okay? Like a dream, when your avatar sleeps, if you don't realize you're dreaming, you cannot change the dream. You just go along with it, which is what most people understand is our collective reality here on Earth, okay? Our waking, collecting reality, what the masses believe. The problem with that is when you believe that, you completely missed it. You do not realize that if you believe the collective reality, if you're still trying to deal with chaos, if you try to adopt a life philosophy in order to deal with the madness out there so it doesn't affect you, or deal with the people out there, you've missed it. You've missed Genesis 1. Okay, so hear what I got to say. It is my understanding that we're all asleep. It is my understanding that you are to wake up, which is why you're constantly being suggested, wake, O sleeper, wake. You see social media posts, the awaken, wake up when you're awake, okay? What are you awaking from? You're awaking from the sleep of the dream of life. Now, let me explain this to you. The dream of life. In a regular dream, you generate everything. You've generated the heavens. You've generated the earth. You've generated the people in your dream. You've generated what they believe. You generated where you're at, how you're at, what you believe, what you have. Everything. Well, I'm here to tell you that the dream of life, the waking dream of life here on Earth, where we find ourselves in this collective reality, is no different. The trick is to understand that you're asleep. Once you understand you're asleep, then you'll understand that you cannot change parts of it because you're generating the whole thing. Which, if you read Genesis 1 the correct way, God did not, and when I say God, I mean your higher self, did not generate a cup of coffee. He did not generate love. He did not generate the waterfront house. Everything was created at the same time. Now, let me rephrase that. When you're asleep, and you wake up in that dream, okay? The dream of life. You cannot generate day by day little bits and pieces of reality. And then the madness would be trying to adopt a a lifestyle or a life philosophy in order to deal with the chaos, what was not created, you have to you have to understand that you have to create all of reality. I'm here to tell you that you have not only created me, I am only in your imagination. You've created what I believe. You've created what your wife, your husband, your children, you've created all of these things, the job, everything. You've created the laws of nature because you've created nature. So when you understand that, and then you understand it's just a dream, you can wake from it and change it. And that's what Genesis 1 clearly states. Genesis 1 clearly states from beginning to end that the center figure of this book, which is you, in this book, this is a Ethiopian Torah, really, because there's no New Testament, but it doesn't matter what version you use, it all ends up the same way if you have the right mindset. The mindset is, you are the center figure of Genesis 1. You are God, there is no other. And if you understand it the correct way, even in Genesis 1:27, so God created man in his image, man and female, he created them. What that's saying is that he created not only them in his own image, meaning that how you feel every day, they're going to reflect it back at you, but he also, much deeper than that, and a much, much deeper level, much, much higher level, I should say, he created even what they think. It's your dream. You create it from front to back. If you do not understand that you created the collective reality also, you will then have a personal experience outside of the collective reality. But if you have the mindset of Genesis 1 the right way, the way it was designed, the way that it was left for you to understand, the way that you've generated it to understand, because you've generated all things, including this book, you have to create the heavens and the earth. You have to create the light and the dark. You have to create the men and the women, everybody. You have to create everything. So here's my question. My question to you. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? If you believe that you're dreaming the dream of life, and odds are, if you've been studying Kabbalah, if you've been observing it in your life, you're going to find that that statement is true. You're going to find that you're the only figure in this collective reality, and all others are aspects or different points of view of yourself. When you understand that, how are you going to create your reality? Are you going to create it in a whole, the way it was supposed to be? Or are you going to generate yourself free cups of coffee and free things, and the big house, and the love, and the relationships, and the no ag? Which is it? Are you going to adopt a philosophy that's going to allow you to deal with chaos and all of the people that you don't realize that you've created? Or are you going to create all things the way Genesis clearly states that you have already? But now, if you wake from the dream of life, you can create, you can understand them, or change even the way they think and the collective reality. Okay? Are you going to do that? Which way are you going to do it? I'm going to tell you that Genesis 1, if you do it the right way and understand and admit that you've created all things, nothing was created that you did not create. In this book, if you understand that your true identity is Jesus Christ, who is the Father, who is God, who created all things, if you admit that to yourself truly and do not deny that name, which is the way it's all written all the way through to the New Testament for us Gentiles, opened up Hebrew mysticism for us. Thank you very much, whoever wrote that. If you understand that, then Genesis 1 is where you need to start. Don't read anything else but Genesis 1. Meditate on it. Meditate on it. And understand that you have to create all things in a whole, or you're going to be dealing with a broken creation. It's going to be hit or miss, and you're going to be stuck in the creation instead of creating it from outside of the creation. You're going to be stuck in it, dealing with characters and situations, trying to adopt a lifestyle, a philosophy of life. And I can go all through them. Taoism, Hebrew mysticism has, Kabbalah is a philosophy of life. On and on and on. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there comes a point in time where you have to wake up and understand that on a much, much higher level, on the highest of high, on high level, Genesis 1, you have to create everything in a whole and not just piece by piece. Comment and follow me. There's going to be awesome videos on this. Real life videos of me out in the wild, as wild as it can get. Meaning that I'm going to generate some Orthodox Jews and Orthodox Christians, and I'm going to generate some people who practice all different things, including atheists, and I'm going to explain them this philosophy the way it was written, and you should see the expressions on their face when they finally realize that they're dreaming, and the dream of life, and they realize that they can just wake up and change all things, even things that on a deepest level, on high. If you created all things, the heavens and the earth and everything else like that, you've created the laws of Mother Nature. When you understand that, then that is the start of magic. Got it? Hebrew mysticism at its highest level is magic.